I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few seconds to say what I want to say. I'm gonna wait a few seconds, you know. But I mean, technically, this game is over. So the Timberwolves, yeah, we finna take this L. We finna go down 3-0. Um, but here's what I want to say: down the stretch, down the stretch of games, we just can't execute. Dallas executes better, and that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it was, and pretty much what it looked like it's gonna be. Um, I'm gonna say it again: down the stretch, Dallas just execute better, and that's what it looked like. Is it? That's what it looked like it is. That's what it looked like it was, and that's what it looked like it's gonna be. 115, 105, about 15 some seconds left. We not there. We just not there yet. We might have thought we was, but we ain't there. Nah, we not. Cause Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, they stars right now. Their stars are better than ours. I feel like I just probably need some water because that's probably why y'all can't really understand me that well if y'all can't hear me that well. But I'm good. I'm just gonna keep talking. So it looks like we about to go down 0-3. That's pretty much a death sentence. Hopefully they'll show some pride, but I can't see myself watching game four. I mean, what I want to watch just to see if we gonna get a victory. I mean, just to see if we can make it a gentleman's sweep. I ain't trying to be a sore loser. I mean, it's pretty tough to take when you make it this far because you don't know if you're gonna get back here again. You know, you just don't. You don't know if you're gonna get back to the Western Conference Finals. So, I mean, long story short, guys, it's just a tough L to take because all these games been close, but we just ain't been able to punch one home, and it looks like we gonna end up look like we're gonna end up probably ending our season soon, and it's unfortunate because it's been a great year. It's been a great run. It's been amazing, but I mean, Ant Man's been amazing. Team's been amazing. We just ran into a better team, I suppose. Better superstars, and then we just been giving up shots that we shouldn't. We giving them threes, wide open threes. You can't really stop Luca. Mavs in Boston. Yeah, I pretty much. I mean, I could see that. I mean, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Kyrie Irving just can't stop him. Uh, Luka Doncic, you can't really stop him. I was just playing 2K yesterday. I played the 6 game series against Denver. Luka was on Denver, and the man scored over 50 points every time. So I mean, he the truth. What's going on, Thomas? What's going on? It's just a short live talking about the Wolves. For all practical purposes, this series is done, y'all. This series is done. Mathematically, we not eliminated, but officially, I mean, even if we get a game, gentleman sweep type stuff, we not winning this thing. And I don't think that. I think the biggest trip up was the fact that I think the biggest. You seen my face before, Eddie. I'm sure you have. But I think the biggest trip up is that we couldn't get a game at home. We should have won one of those first 2 games. And the fact that we couldn't win one of the first 2 games, I mean, I know that's not the end of the series when you lose both games on your home court, but it don't leave you with a good feeling. And we fought. I think the biggest disappointment is we're a team that's fought right because we have. But the problem is execution down the stretch. They got home run hitters. They got go to players. Yeah, Cat had a great year, but I just don't know if he's what you need to ultimately get all the way over the hump. I don't think that you can climb the mountaintop with Cat, and I hate to say that. I do hate to admit that because he's been great. I mean, he really has. He's had a really great season. He's come back from injury. He hasn't sulked. He's kept his head in the game, but his shots are questionable. His 3 pointers. A lot of these 3 pointers that we shooting, we shouldn't be shooting them because when Dallas is shooting threes, they're making them. They can make their threes, and we're streaky with ours. We're very streaky with shooting threes, and I think you've seen that tonight. I mean, there were so many times that I wish we would have drove the rock, and it seems like worst case scenario, well, best case scenario, trading baskets is the only thing we can do with Dallas. Even when we had a big lead in game two, we let it slip away. I think that Dallas pretty much had this game in control tonight. They almost let it slip, but execution down the stretch just ain't what it just ain't there for us. Shout out to Ant because I thought he played probably his best game of the series. Um, these things, I guess, they happen. You know, it's all a learning experience. Because when you think about it, you think if you beat the defending champions, you probably feel like, oh, we're good. But what we didn't realize is similar to um, Iowa and Caitlin Clark when they ran into LSU, is that there's a better team waiting ahead of you. And if you don't give it everything you have, limit turnovers, make the right shots, make the right passes, get everybody involved, you're probably going to lose. Dallas's role players have been better than ours. Cal Anderson did have a good game tonight, but where's I almost said Shea, I almost said Shea Gilgis Alexander. Where's Nikhil Alexander Walker? Nas Reed has showed up for the most part. Tonight he was kind of, wonky a little bit, but I think it was great to get here. But I think the biggest part, because I'm on the mindset this thing is over. But only thing now is to see if it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. But I'm of the mindset whereas, you got to go into the off season and you might have to part with some players that you probably didn't think you would need to. You might just have to see what's out there for Rudy. I don't think Rudy's the answer. You know, Pains me to say it. Cat. What can we possibly get for Cat? You don't want to waste forever trying to win with Anthony Edwards. You want to try to get it done ASAP. And then Mike Conley. Look at Mike Conley Jr. I, Mike Conley Jr. can't guard. He can't guard. He can't guard Kyrie Irving. He simply cannot do it. And so yeah, better team, man. Luka Doncic is the truth. Kyrie Irving is the truth. And when I just sit back and look at it, you lost 3 close games in a row. And even though they were all close, even though all 3 games was close, we know at this point of the series who the better team is. If they need somebody to drop in a clutch basket, Kyrie gonna do it. If they need a clutch 3-pointer, PJ Washington gonna probably knock that in. If they need Luka Doncic to come up huge, he's likely gonna come up huge. When you look at Minnesota, it's Anthony Edwards, and then you hoping and praying that everybody else is on. And unfortunately, we gotta get younger at the point guard. You might have to entertain again. You might have to entertain trading Gobert or Karl Anthony Towns. You just might have to do it. You know, you got to build around Ant, of course, and that's what they're doing. But it doesn't look like what we're doing is good enough to get all the way through to the NBA Finals. And I do think that if we did get to the NBA Finals, I'm not sure we could beat Boston. I think there's a chance, but I think Dallas is good enough to take this whole thing. Um, I really do. Because who on Dallas, I mean, who on Boston is going to stop Luka Doncic? It's kind of, I just, I don't know if winning one game will satisfy me at this point because this was supposed to be a 6-game, 7-game series. So I don't know if a gentleman's sweep really makes me feel better. I don't think it does. I don't think it does because it didn't make me feel better last season when the Nuggets we won one game. Anthony Edwards hit that late game 3-pointer to win the game. We won one game over Denver. I don't know that losing 4-1 does it because who knows? Again, I keep stressing this. Who knows when we'll be back in the Western Conference Finals again? It's a good chance that it just might not happen. You know, so in my opinion, I just feel like we ran into a team that just they buzzsawed us in the clutch. And shout out to Luca, shout out to Kyrie because they no joke. I didn't expect us to be down 0-3, but that's what it is. So, to Mavs fans, I'm saying congratulations. There's nothing else to see here. Will I tune in for game 4? Probably not. I'm just be honest with y'all. I'm gonna just shoot it straight. What's left to look at? You know, to see what we could possibly do different. I don't think there's any scheme that we can throw at this team. There's nothing we can do to really stop Luka or Kyrie. The best we can hope for is that Cat and Anthony Edwards will both go off, but they haven't. I mean, it's been a great postseason. I take nothing away. Beating the Suns was awesome, man. Beating the Suns was awesome. We sweep the Suns, and then we hit the second round, and we handle our business against. Of course, I'm gonna have a brain freeze. Hell, we just got done. Oh, the Denver Nuggets, the defending champs. We got through them. Took 7 games. Took a lot out of us. What's going on, S guy? What's up? RC, hold your head up. The Wolves' time will come soon. My Knicks will be right there too. Yeah, y'all just gotta get healthy, bro. Y'all just gotta get healthy, no doubt, because y'all should have been there ahead of the Pacers. The Pacers, my Pacers, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video. But look, I'll just say this: the Pacers had a chance. They could have been up 2-1. I think we all know that, but they didn't want it. The Celtics tried to give it to the Pacers and they didn't want it. Not one game, but two. And in the case of the Mavericks dominating this thing, it all comes down to what I said. It all boils down to execution. Kyrie Irving is not new. He has been here before. He has walked this path before. He knows this road backwards and forwards. He knows every exit. He knows where to get off at where someone else may not know how to. And he gets busy in the clutch. He could shoot 2 for 30 and he's still going to take those late game shots. And he going to make them too. And the same thing goes for Luka. And you could defend your living ass off, but they gonna make the shot, and that's what great players do. You know, and so in closing, and as our part, I think the Wolves had a great season. But again, if you're a Pacers fan or a Timberwolves fan, the only reason why you would possibly sit down and watch game 4, which I'm not saying you shouldn't, or even if you're just a basketball fan, but you know the outcome. You know the most likely outcome. The only way that both series don't end in a sweep is if Dallas decided to take their foot off the gas. Let's entertain this real quick before I go. Dallas or Boston? Who's more likely to take their foot off the gas? Could Dallas be like, hey, you know what, we up 3-0. We can play hard, but we ain't got to play as hard as we have been. Or would Boston do it? I think the Pacers are more likely to get Boston to give them a break than Dallas. Dallas got veterans like Kyrie, um, the White Pal, um, Tim Hardaway, who hasn't even played much, PJ Washington, growing into a nice veteran player. So I think that Dallas ain't giving Minnesota no kind of break. The Celtics might be a little bit more vulnerable. The Pacers have actually had those games won and let them go. Like I testament that to inexperience and youth. For real, that's kind of what I do with the Pacers. And as the Timberwolves go, man, it's a little bit of just youthfulness and just not having. They really just don't have an answer for Luka. And the best thing that this Minnesota team can do is see what they can probably get for Rudy Gobert, which probably won't be too much. Um, and if y'all listening, what do y'all think should happen with Karl Anthony Towns? I'll say this, he's been great. Cat been great. But especially in terms of his ego, he kept that in check, kept his pride in check. He ain't complaining. But I don't know if he can get us over the hump. And I know this is the day and age where everybody shoots threes, but we not as good of a 3-point shooting team as Dallas. And I wish that they would stop launching so many damn threes, especially Karl Anthony Towns. At least Nas Reed can make his. So, I suppose I pose that question. You guys can answer that. Would you keep Karl Anthony Towns? Um, you know, Drop that in the comment section. Let me know what you think. But as it pertains to Dallas, shout out to the role players again. Shout out to Daniel Gafford, BJ Washington. Um, just the role pieces have really been coming up big for them. They really been coming up big. And so yeah, this wasn't planned. I just randomly said, you know what, let me talk about these Wolves because hell, I be talking about the Wolves when they win. Sometimes I talk about, the Wolves, when they doing good things. So hell, let me talk about the Wolves when they out here doing bad. And 03, I don't care what the final scores was. 03 is not a good look. I mean, we probably lost all these games by like, with the exception of tonight, I would say that the Wolves probably only lost these games by like hell, like a 4 or 5 point margin. Towns was terrible from three. Yeah, he was horrible. Yeah, he was pretty pathetic tonight. He either on or he off. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one. Anthony Edwards had a huge dunk. He had his best game of the series tonight, but it wasn't enough. Perhaps this will slow down the Michael Jordan talk. Anthony Edwards is not Michael Jordan. If we would have got to the finals, I'm not too certain that we would have won it all. It's a possibility that any of these four teams could have won it, but um, I don't remember which year it was, but it was a certain year. The Lakers was on the verge of getting swept. The Kobe Lakers. And I forget who the Eastern Conference team was. They were about to get swept too. I would actually have to go back and dig in the NBA crates. But the Lakers with Kobe, they were on the brink of getting swept in the Western Conference, and so was the Eastern Conference team. And the teams that was up 3-0 let let the other teams get like a victory or two on them. I don't see that happening. I don't see maybe the Celtics again might be a little more vulnerable to possibly giving up a game, but the Mavericks have a kill attitude, you know, kill them dead, and that's what I think the Mavericks going to try to do. They're going to try to get us up out of here. I don't know. The irony is, I'm a damn Dallas Stars fan in NHL, and I cheer for Dallas, but right now I can't stand Dallas. But tomorrow, I guess I'll be loving my Stars again. That's kind of how it works. But I know like 2 or 3 Dallas fans. I ain't gonna be bitter. I'm gonna give them their congrats when I jump off of here. I'm gonna show enough give them their respect. That's what you're supposed to do when your team go down, And I hope in Game 4, if we do lose, you know, the players, they dap it up with the opponent. Because I think it was a hard fought series. I still believe this series was hard fought. It could have went either way, especially Game 1 and 2. So I would hope that there would be no resentment, and I'm sure that we can learn a lot from this. Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, they ain't new to this. They true to this. So yeah, that's gonna wrap this unusual, peculiar uh, little live stream on the Timberwolves. I know it's kind of random because we talk about women's hoops over here for the most part. So yeah, this one was unexpected. Yeah, JJ, it looked like my Timberwolves about to join your Sixers, bro. It looks like my Timberwolves are about to join your Sixers on the sideline with who else? S God was in here. He's a New York Knicks fan. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the Man Cave. He's in everything New York he talks about. And yeah, his Knicks lost. So JJ's Sixers out, and the Timberwolves on their way out. When you down 0-3, ain't nothing really to watch. When you looking at a Game 4, I mean, I guess the only thing would be to see if we show some pride. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. The only thing would be to see if we gonna have. You said they made it further than the Sixers. Yeah, yeah, one game away from the finals. Which is worse though? Which one is worse? To lose like early in the first round, or to like actually make it almost one round from the NBA promised land, and then you just get stuck in the gut like 3 times, and you just know for all practical purposes it's done. And while I do root for the Pacers as well, I'm a Timberwolves fan first. The Pacers are, I almost said Pacer Dairies. The Pacers are a secondary team for me. And so it actually hurt a little bit more to see the Wolves go down. Whereas the Pacers, I'm like, damn it, y'all. But with the Wolves, I'm like, sheesh, shit. It's more of a little bit more pain there. It's worse to lose in the first because you wouldn't know. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You wouldn't know. Like, you don't know what could happen if you could just get to the finals and you already in the Western Conference or Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, if you get to the finals, anything could happen. But I think I was still a little bit initially scared of Dallas because I know that Kyrie is a lights out shooter when he's on, and I know Luca can shoot it lights out. And I was kind of worried, but I was just thinking like, damn, we got a great defense, number one ranked defense all year long. But great offense stops. Well, you know the rest. The man cave says the Wolves had a great season. Blake Griffin, Peter Griffin, Andy Griffin. You love that one, JJ. You'll never let that one go. That's the that's when I did the video clip. Um that's when I did the little video when Adrian Griffin got fired. And yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Doc Rivers. That was worse. That was even worse than Adrian Griffin. But yeah, I think in closing, I don't anticipate myself watching game four. I might. If I ain't got nothing else to do, I'll watch. Same thing goes for the Pacers. I will watch if there's nothing else to do. But I don't expect anything. I might at this point though, I can't say that I can watch without needing my Kermit the Frog fork. I don't feel the need or propensity to like play with any electrical outlets because this series is pretty much done. So, if it was like game six, game seven, yeah, and we were losing, I probably need my Kermit the Frog electrical fork so I could go mess around with the outlet. But yeah, um, that's pretty much it though. Um, I would say something about the fever, but I don't know. Season ain't lost, but the fever just they got a bad fever right now, including Caitlin Clark, because the defending champions, they pretty much put it on them. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I appreciate y'all for coming out because honestly, I just want to just vent and get this off my chest. I didn't think nobody would actually come in, so I appreciate y'all that did come in. T Wolves all day though. Even in loss, you love Caitlin, bro. Yeah, I think a lot of us do. It's gonna be a process for her. I don't ever think that I never said that she will come in and light the league on fire. I'm not one of her delusional fans. That's why I'm not talking about what is this. I can't believe she's failing like this because it's a growth process. It's the development. It's baby steps. She's gonna do good and then she's gonna backstep. That's what it is. This league is the truth. And so I knew she wouldn't set it on fire. I knew she wouldn't. This ain't Iowa. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here though. Appreciate y'all for stopping in. I'm gone. Hey, hit that like button on y'all way out. I'm out.